I don't care about the technicalities there, but just for like a general audience,
So I don't get hate mail.
Yeah. We don't want you getting.
I never do say anything that's.
We don't want you getting doxxed.
Yeah. I'd never even heard of Joe Sweeten until you actually. So that's.
Oh really?
Yeah. So Joe Sweeten came out with the Dr. Horrible sing along blog show. That was the name of the show, right?
Yeah. It was like a film in 3 parts, I guess. I think it was, but it was a web series.
Right, it's a web series with Neil Patrick
Harris. It was during a Hollywood strike.
Right.
And everybody worked for free.
Right.
And the idea was we're going to see what we can do with it, and everybody's splitting the profits or whatever, or some portion thereof. And
Where was this? This was like
2004, 5. No, it was probably later. I can't remember when it came out, but it came out a couple years before.
I was married.
I did my project.
I think I was married, or at least I was dating my ex at the time.
Well, then you probably have a better gauge for when it happened than I do.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So Joe Sweeten does the Dr. Sing-Along or Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog.
Yeah.
Who are the actors and actresses on that? I know it's Neil Patrick Harris, Nathan Fillion. Who are the
Felicia Day was the other main lead.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look this up, but yeah.
She right before that, her main thing was The Guild. She had her own like kind of online series.
Okay.
And there's a couple other actors in there that never really made a huge name for themselves, but they've been in other things.
Right.
And that was actually a really good show.
Yeah.
And it was basically about a group of people that played Dungeons and Dragons that had never met each other because they played online.
Really?
Or World of Warcraft or
something like that.
Some version of that in their world or whatever. And they all met up in real life, and there was just a bunch of drama. Basically, that was the whole show. But I think Will Wheaton made an appearance on that.
Yeah, that's right.
But he played his like Will Wheaton Prime character, where he's not actually playing Will Wheaton himself. He's playing a character based on himself who's a complete and utter asshole.
Right, which was in Big Bang Theory,
where
correct?
He sleeps with her and then never wants to see her again. He's just like, I don't know, I'm a connoisseur. I don't.
Yeah.
I've already tried it. It's so bad, but he's like, that's kind of like his favorite character to play is the dickhead version of himself.
Right. Yeah. It's my favorite character to play myself too.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So you end up making an 8-bit.
Yeah.
You take the full first episode.
So I had done. It started with the soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack. You know, I mean, I guess you call it a soundtrack. It's more like a musical. You know, and so I recreated that using that. By that time, I had a Nintendo,
right.
So I was able to create tracks using the actual hardware on the Nintendo with a peripheral that somebody else had made.
Right.
Figured out how to translate MIDI signals to whatever language that the Nintendo.
Once again, kids have it so easy now.
I know they have everything. I mean, in fairness, I didn't have to program it myself, but
right.
You know,
but yeah,
it's still not a plugin, but the plugins just for me don't sound right. Like they're good enough. I don't like shit on people that use plugins for 8-bit music, but I am a little chiptunes. I am a little critical though if they don't adhere to certain limitations that they would have.
Gotcha.
Because that to me is the value in it is the limitations of we'll get into that later. You know, I'm jumping around too much.
It's okay.
So I did the full soundtrack using my Nintendo for Dr. Horrible Sing-Along blog, and then I was like, you know, I want to post this on YouTube, but you know, not a lot of people are just gonna sit there and watch either a blank screen or just one picture.
Right.
So I was like, maybe I'll do like a fun little animation, like a short fun little animation.
Short little fun animation.
And by short
that
fun
took
little
you
animation,
how long?
it means I spent like 4 months combined doing 3 separate like 5 to 10-minute long YouTube videos that I posted in sequence.
Sure, yeah. That's
basically recreated the entirety of the movie.
And this is what Aiden can direct. Like, it's so funny, people that don't do stuff like this, they're like, well, it should like you'll be done like a week, right? Like, but when it comes to like artsy stuff, like recording a song in the studio or making this stuff, like people that don't do that, they're just like,
if you're a perfectionist.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Takes twice as long, and most people don't notice.
Yeah, it also depends on how much you hate yourself as an artist too. Like when you're just like, I could do a lot better on that part.
Yeah,
it's like that one song or that one piece takes.
The older I get, the sooner I get to the fuck it moment. But at the time, I had all the energy and all the drive in the world because I forgot to mention the internet marketing thing was kind of slowing down. I was getting less hours.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, now is as good a time as I need to take all these things that I've learned during this time and apply them to something. And try to make a living doing this.
Right.
And basically just go full-time freelance, because I was doing a small little freelance jobs here and there
right.
while I was doing the internet marketing thing. So I was like, okay, well, let me release this. This is my portfolio now.
Right.
I put it on YouTube and it went fucking crazy viral.
Did you get like 250,000 views?
Like on the first day.
Like
yeah.
Like,
and back then that was a crazy amount.
That's still still pretty.
With 0 subscribers.
Yeah, 0 subscribers.
Well, that was back before
shot in the dark.
That was back before the algorithm cut everybody off at the knees.
Yeah. Know? Well, so, but you had what's her name? One of the actresses like retweeted.
A couple of them actually. Yeah. Literally the whole cast.
The whole cast was like, "Yo, this is sick,"
including Neil Patrick Harris and Joss Whedon's brother Zach Whedon, who I think did all most of the music, or at least wrote some of the songs and helped on the others. And his wife as well was in it.
That's fun. That's all cool. So
she posted it. So, but yeah, Felicia Day tweeted
like, from the show. Everybody
retweeted like my little tweet for it and was like, "Oh man, you're a rock star today," or something. And I think one of them said that. And then they brought so many people to my website it crashed.
Yeah. I remember us sitting on like your porch or something like that, drinking scotch,
like,
and you're
no, I think I broke this guy's website.
So, I want to say it was in the same year that you did the other College Humor one. That
it was very very soon before that, because that's when I got approached by the Fine Brothers,
right?
Who had this idea for Choose Your Own Adventure or whatever.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing 3 of those with the station. Mm-hmm. Only the first one with the Fine Brothers, because what I didn't know at the time, but we would talk about later, was that the station kind of really like dicked them over with the contract.
Right.
And they all but I don't know what the exact details are, but they just didn't want to work with them anymore and they left.
Right.
So, but I was stuck in a contract for 3 shorts with them.
Okay.
And my contract also had the amount I was getting paid stuck.
Right.
While I was still working on the first of the 3 animations, College Humor approaches me. But there's a non-compete clause in the contract I signed with the station.
Oof.
So I'm legally not able to create any similar style videos until I'm done with the ones I'm making for the station.
Right.
But there was no dates assigned. So I read that.
You're just in limbo.
So, I read that contract front to back, and this is how I learned how to read contracts.
We'll get into that what he does now later. Yeah.
But I read from back to front, and I realized all I have to do is finish the shorts, and I'm free.
Right.
So I literally spent the next 2 weeks solid. I accepted the project from College Humor because they didn't need it for 6 months.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And then I finished the projects. I delivered the videos. I said, "We're done. pay me."
Pay me.
Because after talking with College Humor, I saw how little the station was offering me, and versus how much they could actually
what people are paying. Yeah.
With the kind of views and ad revenue that these kind of content would generate.
Yeah.
College Humor was very fair, and everybody worked there was very friendly, very fun to work for. I can't say enough good things about my time working for them. And then I proceeded to do 10 total shorts for them.
Right.
In a TV RPG series that they put out.
Yeah. So